Welcome back to Jarola's Garage. Today, I'm back to the 996. I've been going over this car a little bit. Several things I've discovered. For example, number one, I think the headlight switch is bad. The high beams work, but the low beams do not. The position lights work, and even the headlights themselves, up in there, they have like a little marker light, like a little position light, and those work. But the actual, the projector, the HIDs, whatever, the electronics, whatever you want to call those things, they do not work. But when I hit the switch, when I pull back on the high beam switch, the high beams do come on. What else? The seats. This one, the switch is bad. I can't do anything about it right now. I ordered one from somebody on Renlist, so he was kind enough to send me one. I'm waiting for it. This knob I have already ordered, so I'm just waiting for it to arrive. The other issue that I found was the passenger seat also had issues with the switches. So I have fixed this one. I took this one apart, and fortunately it was salvageable. So now that the seat does go forward and back electrically like it's supposed to, and the lever here that makes it go up and down works just fine, so I don't have any issues there. What else? So I have a Boxster that I use for parts over there in the yard next door, and off of that car I was able to get the headlight switch. So that car is a 2003, but the headlight switch should be the same. So I'm gonna give this a shot and see what happens. I'll have to change the switch itself because the housing on this car is blue and this one is black. So I'll have to change that. The other thing is I got a new tie rod. On one of the other videos I showed you guys, this wheel here has a bent tie rod. So I got a new one and I will be installing that. I'm going to try to do the alignment by eye as best I can, at least just to get the car around. And once that is done, the car will be ready for an alignment. So that's it for today. I am going to start knocking out those things. I need to get the Boxster here off the lift so I can get this car up in the air so I can change that tie rod. So that's what's happening today. So first thing, I got to get this guy out of here. There's two screws here, and then there's one back here. In order to get to that one, let me see if I can do this while holding the phone. You pull that, you put a little tab underneath there, and bam, that guy comes out. And then there's another screw in there. So once you do that, this guy, I've already taken the screws out. This guy comes out like that. Okay, so I am going to, first thing I'm going to do is try to plug in the other switch from the other car and see if those headlights will turn on. Fortunately, if that works, that's an easy fix. I just got to take that nut out, swap the switches over, and put it right back together. So that's an easy one. Easy is good. I got the key on. I put the other switch on here. So let's turn the lights on and let's see if they work. Yes, they do. All right. So then if I put the high beams also work. Oh, I'm so glad that was an easy one. All right, so like I mentioned before, I just have to take that nut out, swap the switches, and put this guy back together, and then that issue is resolved. One more thing I noticed is the turn signals. When you go this way, it works fine, right? But when you put a right-hand turn signal, the stock does not want to stay up. Haven't looked into that. I guess I'll have to take the steering wheel out in order to take a look at that, but that is one issue that I have, and I'm going to see if I can fix it. I'm not sure. Well, look at this. This is something I did not know. This switch here, or the bezel, had some sort, I guess it's probably for the little lights. So in order to get the switch out, once you take the nut out, you have to take this guy out so that then you get this thing here and you twist it like that and then it comes out. So, okay, so now I know. Okay, headlight switch is in and the headlights are working as they should. So that's good. One thing down. It's time to get this thing in the air. I gotta take this wheel off because that bent arm is right here. So having this wheel off of here is gonna make it a lot easier. So I took the wheel off and man, in here everything looks so nice. Those brake pads look brand new. Those rotors look new, they have no lip on them. But look at that arm, look at how it's bent. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that, but that's okay, I'll fix it. But yeah, everything here looks clean. Clean in the sense that it hasn't been hit, which I'm happy about. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but that's messed up. That bar is completely bent. If it's one thing I hate fighting with, is stuck ball joints or any kind of union like this one. So in order to avoid that, first I sprayed some PB Blaster on it, and then I get Old Faithful here, my little torch. Yeah, heat that baby up. And my second Old Faithful, a BFH. If you don't know what that is, look it up. And that's it, pops right out. Here you can see the two side by side. This is obviously the new one, and this is the old one. Look at the kink in that thing. That's crazy. All right, what I did was I measured them, and you know, if it wasn't for that bend, they are exactly the same length. So what I did over here was I left the nut exactly where it was. I didn't touch it. So when I screw on the new tie rod, it will be more or less set at the same spot. Again, I'm not looking for perfection here. The car will go for an alignment anyway, so my idea is just to kind of get it more or less drivable, and I think it'll be just fine the way I'm doing it. So, is there a more scientific method of doing it? Probably, yeah. But you know, that was easy enough. In, brand new, torque down, and that's it. Easy enough. That's why I like these cars. They're really, really simple to fix. I was trying to see if I could see the arm on the other one, but I can't. So anyway, whatever. Done. One thing I noticed is that the bolts on this car are pretty ugly. So what I did is I went to the grinder and I just passed them over with the wire wheel. So, you know, they don't look brand new, but they look a lot better than that. So I'll pull them all out and give them all a pass on the grinder, because that definitely looks a lot better. I mean, I can't get the wire, the hairs of the wire wheel inside of there very well, but hey, you know, it beats that. So I'll be doing that next. So look at that. Remember what it looked like before? It was horrible. Now at least it looks a little better. This one too. This one looks much better. Man, those wheels are beautiful. They're in great shape, except for that one back there that has a little kink in it. The lip's got a little ding, which I'll see about getting fixed. If I put new tires on this thing, I'll get that fixed. But anyway, those wheels are very nice. And they came out much nicer with the bolts. Not all rusty. Here's the other wheel. This is the right front wheel. Look at that. Look at that, same wheel. What a difference. And there you have it. Man, that is a pretty car. It's not perfect by any means. But it sure is nice. That's not too pretty, but what can I do? It works fine. AC blows cold. Let's go for a little drive. I don't have a lot of gas, as you can see, 22 miles, I think. Yeah, 22 miles. So it does still need an alignment though. You know, I changed that control rod, but I mean that tie rod, but the alignment is still off. The steering wheel's a little crooked when you're going straight down the road. So that sun is right there. But the car runs great. No lights, no nothing. Just a nice smooth cruise. It's a nice car. It's got this Alpine radio. I'm not a huge fan of it. I like Alpine, I just don't like that radio. But anyway. Now I need to make an appointment at the alignment shop. Get this thing aligned, and then it's good to go. All right, so that's going to conclude this video on the 996. There's not really much more I can do with this car until I get the alignment done, because I can't really drive it. The steering wheel's a little crooked, and I don't want to drive it around like that. So there's not really much more I can do. I did find in the trunk the handle to the seat, so that's great. So at least it goes up and down. It doesn't recline, but it goes up and down. In that position that it's in right there, I kind of like it, so I'm not worried about it. But I'll say when I get that other switch, I will go ahead and replace it. Otherwise, man, that is a pretty car. So I don't know, I guess I'm gonna post this car for sale. If anybody wants it, let me know. I said I plan on getting an alignment done, and then depending on, you know, if I put tires on it, if I give it an oil change, if I start getting more into the car, I'm gonna want to ask more money for it. But if somebody wants the car as is, it runs and drives great as it sits. Yes, it could use an oil change, more so just to have a baseline. The tires, you know, they're not horrible. I would want to change them, especially since it has two different tires in the front. They have different patterns, so I would change them. But that's just me. And also, I would get this little kink right here fixed. I'm sure that can be fixed. It doesn't look like it's anything major. It's not cracked or anything. It's just a little bent. I would think a rim repair place should be able to straighten that out without any problem. What else can I tell you? The car is very nice. It does have a couple little issues. It's got a little scratch there, you know, another one there. It's got a scratch here. It's got another scratch here, and a couple more. You know, it's just, you know, it's an older car. It's a 21-year-old car, what they would call a modern classic. But it's very nice. The interior is very presentable. I haven't even cleaned the rugs, but I'm sure those rugs would clean up fine. You know, it's got some scuffs and some wear, but overall, it is a very nice car. The top is in great shape. The window's a little hazy. You know, you can see mostly, but what else can I tell you? The top here's got like this little thing right there, but definitely nothing to worry about anytime in the near future. But otherwise, the top is fine. It works fine. You saw that. Did a video with the top down, and that's it. So I don't know what else I can tell you guys. It's a nice car. So thanks for watching. I don't know if I'm gonna have another video on this particular car or not. I might make a more in-depth, like a for sale video, but otherwise I'll just leave it alone. I'll take some pictures and I'll post it for sale. So again, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, please like. I really appreciate it, and thank you for watching.